Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're looking into something quite specific, Australia's 2025 work permits.
That's right. And particularly the talk around a simpler process for the Subclass 482 visa.
Exactly. So if you've been hearing about this, or maybe you're thinking about working in Australia, this is for you. We want to unpack what this simplification really means.
Yeah, cut through the noise a bit. What are the core changes likely to be? That's the goal.
Okay, so Australia is aiming to, well, streamline things for skilled workers with this visa next year.
The Subclass 482, yeah. Making it more straightforward seems to be the key idea for everyone involved, really applicants and employers.
Right. Before we dive into the simple part, maybe just a quick reminder, the Subclass 482.
Sure. It's the Temporary Skill Shortage visa, TSS for short.
So this is the main pathway for many skilled professionals, when an Australian company needs someone and can't find them locally.
Precisely. They sponsor someone from overseas for a specific job.
So when we talk simplified, where do visa applications usually get tricky? What might they be targeting?
Well, often it's the paperwork, isn't it? Just the sheer amount of documentation you need to pull together. It can be quite complex.
All the proof of qualifications, experience letters.
Exactly. So simplification could mean reducing that burden or maybe clarifying the eligibility criteria, making it easier to see if you actually qualify for the role they're nominating you for.
That feels like a big one. If they do reduce the paperwork side.
It could mean, less time spent chasing documents, maybe a quicker submission overall.
Which is a huge deal for you, the applicant. Just figuring out what you need sometimes feels like half the battle.
Absolutely. And think about why a country would do this. It often comes down to attracting talent efficiently.
Right. It's a competitive global market for skilled people.
It really is. So if Australia's process is less cumbersome, that's a real advantage, a significant draw card.
Okay, so if you're listening and thinking, maybe Australia next year, what should you specifically be watching for with this simplification news?
Well, it begs the question which parts of the process might change. You've usually got a few key stages, right?
Yeah, there's the skills assessment.
Where they check if your qualifications meet Australian standards. Then the employer sponsorship bit, where the company nominates you.
And finally, the actual visa application itself.
So simplification could, in theory, touch any or all of those. The aim would presumably be greater efficiency across the board.
We don't have the fine print yet, obviously. But just the idea of simplification points towards a more user-friendly system, doesn't it?
It does. It implies the government sees a need to make it easier for skilled individuals to come over and, well, contribute.
And why now? What might be driving this timing?
Good question. Could be specific labor shortages they need to fill quickly, or maybe they've had feedback from businesses, from past applicants saying the current 482 process has, pain points.
Areas that could definitely be improved.
For sure.
Okay, so let's try and pull this together for you. The main takeaway seems to be the path to working in Australia via the Subclass 482 visa. It looks like it's heading towards being simpler in 2025.
Yep. Potentially a more direct route for skilled professionals. Like you listening, perhaps.
Which brings us to a final thought to leave you with.
Go on.
Well, think about the skills Australia really needs right now. Which professions are in high demand?
Ah, right. How might a streamlined visa process turbocharge opportunities for people in those specific fields?
Exactly. It's definitely something to keep an eye on as the details emerge. See if your expertise lines up with where Australia seems to be focusing its recruitment efforts.
Worth watching, absolutely.